Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So the Vidura, though he is born of a Shudra mother, but he is considered to be a Mahajana. Why? Because he is actually Yamaraja. And we can see the quality of a devotee, the quality of a Vaishnava. So the devotee of the Lord, Vaishnava, is superior to all others because that is the ultimate goal of life, to become devotee of the Lord. Now the point here is, the Vidura left his palace, left everything for the purpose of following Krishna's devotees, following Krishna's order. This is what makes him superior to everybody else. When we follow, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Macchittaha sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi. If you follow Krishna's instructions, that is the highest perfection of life. If you follow Bhagavad Gita in your life, that is the highest perfection of life. So now, presently, the issue is in our country, who is what caste? Who is born in Brahmana? Who is born in Shudra? And there is a huge outcry of who is what caste, and based on that, there are a lot of dynamics of society going on. But all this caste, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, what is the science behind it? We must understand, as a Sanatanis, we must understand what is the science, why is our literatures, Vedic scriptures talking about the four Varnas? Why are they creating class, dividing people, and finally ending up with so many difficulties? Is it the intention of Vedic literatures? Is it the intention of our culture? So when we study the literature and understand, also see the history, it gives a great realization and revelation. What is the truth behind this? Just like if there is a university. In the university, there are researchers and teachers who do research. They have to write papers, they get PhD. Some people guide them how to do research, and they are teaching. There are one class of teaching staff and research. And university also has administrators. There are non-teaching staff. They do administration of the university campus. And there are also people who ensure that university runs profitably. They have to plan accordingly, how much fees to be collected. They should have an idea. Some people are expert. Some may be good at teaching. Some may be good at administration. Some may be good at fixing the fees for the students. And there are also staff in your colleges and universities where they clean the floor, keep everything neat, tied. And if they are not there, classrooms will be dirty, washrooms will be dirty. Is it not? They are also required. All the four kinds of people are there. The teachers and researchers, administrators, who bring business, also who clean, who serve all other three people. Now, can we say why there is a class like this? Why there is a division like this? One day, government makes a system. Why this man is sweeping the floor from last 15 years? Let us change this. The person who's sweeping, tomorrow he should become director, and director should sweep. And the director is supposed to clean the washrooms, and the person who is cleaning the washroom becomes the director. Can university run like this? Now you see, there is a scientific division based on person's ability, person's inclinations, his guna, what he can do. Based on that, it is divided. Actually, this is the scientific division which the Vedic culture is talking about. It is not based on one's mere birthright. If the director's son does not study, does not go to school, he cannot understand, he is not interested, then he may become a sweeper. And the sweeper's son who is intelligent, who is able to pick up, can become professor. So it is not based on the birth, it is based on the quality of a person. This division is needed to make the society smooth. When they are creating, the modern civilization is trying to make classless society, the result of that is there are difficulty in functioning of the society. There are rich nations in this world, they intentionally keep some nations poor because they need laborers. They pump in money to ensure that nation never grows. This is all the truth of the geopolitical issues in this world. So all classes of society is needed. Now, it is incorrect to say that person who is Brahmana's son only should become Brahmana. This is the misconception which is going on in this world. Now, how to understand from the Shastric point of view, from the Shastras? So let us try to see today what Shastras say about these qualities. First and foremost is very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. Shamo damas tapas shaucham kshantirarjavam evacha jnanam vijnanamastikyam brahma karma subhavajam. A person, if he has to call himself as a Brahmana, he should have these qualities. Shamaha, peacefulness. Damaha, self-control. Austerity. One should be austere. One should be having control over one's senses. One should be peaceful. And should be ready to get up early in the morning. Do austerities. Austerity is meant for progressing in the spiritual path. Purity, Shaucham, should have clean heart and his behavior should be clean. His body should be clean. His room should be clean. That's a cleanliness, Shaucham. Tolerance, he should have honesty, knowledge, wisdom and religiousness. Astikyam. One should possess all these qualities. And this is explained in many literatures. In the Mahabharata it is said, a Brahmana must be perfectly religious. Dharmascha, satyascha, damascha, tapascha. So one should be very truthful, should be able to control his senses, must execute severe austerities. He should be detached, humble and tolerant. And in the Mahabharata it is said, Satyam Danam Kshama Sheelam. A person who possesses a truthfulness, charity, should be very charitable in nature. Forgiveness, gentleness, austerity, and no hatredness to anybody else. So that quality is called Brahmana. So like this, so many literatures quote the quality of a Brahmana. Bhagavatam says, Samodamas tapa shaucham santoshaha kshantirarjavam. So there are so many qualities which is explained in the literatures. Now, having understood this quality, somebody may ask, is it the Vedic culture was following this from the past, or is it been only theory? How about in the past? So Srila Prabhupada explains the story of Jabala. So Jabala, he was son of a prostitute. Satyakama Jabala. So he went to Gautama Rishi and asked, I want to become your disciple. I want to become brahmana. Gautama Rishi asked, tell me your kula, tell your gotra, which you, I cannot take you as a brahmana without knowing who you are. Then he said, I do not know, I need to check with my mother. And he goes to the mother and asks, my mother, can I know who is my father? Mother says, I do not know. When I was young, I was made servant also, so many people, I am not aware. So mother's name is Jabala. So Jabala's son is Jabala. So Satyakama Jabala comes back to Gautama and says, my dear Rishi, actually my mother said she does not know who is her husband. Who is my father? She is not aware. So basically he communicates the message to Gautama that he is actually a son of a prostitute. Now Gautama Rishi says, I will accept you. Why I will accept you? Because you have exhibited this quality. What is the quality you exhibited? Your quality of straightforwardness, truthfulness, honesty, no crookedness. If this quality is there, you must be possessing Brahminical qualities. I will make you a Brahmana. So, it is explained there in many instances that how like this there are many Kshatriyas became Brahmanas, Shudras became Brahmanas, Vaishyas became Brahmanas in the Vedic culture. So Acharyas say, there is one example of Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra is a son of Kshatriya king called Gadhi. And he went to forest for hunting. And he comes across Vasishtha Rishi. And Vasishtha Rishi served Vishwamitra with all that he and his entire soldiers can have, that much of food. Palatious, very nice, very tasty food. And he asked, from where did you get this? In this forest. Vasishtha said, I have a cow called Kamadhenu. So Vishwamitra became attracted. Yes, why don't I have that Kamadhenu? I am the king. King is the owner of the entire country. He asked Vasishtha, give that to me. Vasishtha said, I will not give you. Then he waged a war against Vasishtha. He got defeated by Vasishtha. He came back and did tapasya. He acquired powers like Brahmastra and various astras, went again to wage war against Vasishtha. Vasishtha swallowed his Brahmastra. Now he said, what is the use of this Kshatriya? Brahmana is more powerful than me. He gave up his Kshatriya. He said, I should become Brahmana. I should become Rishi. Then he did tapasya for very long time, till he pleased Lord Brahma to become Brahmarshi. And he also acquired the power. So Kshatriya became Brahmana. There is another story of King Nabhaga. In the Bhagavatam, very shortly it is said. So Nabhaga is in the Ikshvaku dynasty in Surya Vamsha. So Nabhaga had one son called Nabhaga. He had many children, and Nabhaga was more oriented towards studying the scriptures and these things. So when he divided the property, kingdom, he divided portion to all his sons, different portions of his kingdom. But while he was dividing, the Nabhaga was absent. Then he came to know, my son has not kept a share for me. And he came back and asked the father, Nabhaga, my dear father, I am also one of your sons. I am also supposed to get the share. Father said, what can I do, my dear son? Now I distributed, I don't have anything. How can I give you? You were not there when I distributed. But I can tell you one solution. You can go to Rishi Angira. And Angira Rishi, you to go and do service to him. By his blessings, you can get the kingdom. You can get the wealth. So Nabhaga goes to Angira and assists him in various sacrifices, yajnas. So well he assists, at the end of the yajna, all the wealth which is created, in that Angira says, this portion is for you. You have done wonderful service to me. I am very pleased with you. Now Nabhaga was about to take the wealth. Lord Shiva appeared there. And he said, actually, this portion of the yajna wealth belongs to me. It is not for you. And Shiva keeps his claim on that wealth which was actually given by Angira to Nabhaga. And Nabhaga sees Lord Shiva with the folded hands and he says, my dear Lord, if you wanted this, who am I to claim this? You are the Lord. So how can I claim this? So please take. When Lord Shiva saw this quality in the Nabhaga, this is a Brahminical quality. It's a Brahmana's quality. He is not attached to the wealth. And he said, you have the quality of Brahmana. Lord Shiva blessed him that you now onwards, you become pure Brahmana. Likewise, there is also a story of Rishabhadeva. The Rishabhadeva had 100 children. And it is explained in Bhagavatam, out of 100 children, he made 81 children Brahmanas. How can Kshatriya make 81 of his children Brahmanas? It is also said in the history of Bali Maharaj, he had 5 children who had become Kshatriyas. He also had few children who became Brahmanas. You see, there are n number of examples in the history, in the Vedic literatures, how these kind of things, it's all based on the quality. So it is said in the Mahabharata that there are many Kshatriyas who became Brahmanas. Maharaja Vitahavya attained the status of Brahmana. Then, by the Bhrigu Muni's blessings, and his son was Gritsamadha, who was as beautiful as Indra. He became Brahmachari and a Brahmana sage. Sucheta, the son of Gritsameda, also became a Brahmana. So there is a list of the Kshatriyas who became Brahmanas. Then, in the dynasty of Drista, came the dynasty called Dastra. So this is explained in the Bhagavatam. And who the members achieved the position of Brahmana in this world. Then again in the Bhagavatam it is said, Tato Brahma Kulam Jatam. O king, from the Agniveshya came Brahminical dynasty known as Agniveshyayana. So how from one dynasty of Kshatriyas, the dynasty of Brahmanas came. And it is explained here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 7th canto, the 11th chapter, verse number 35. This is quoted by Srila Prabhupada many times. Yasya yal lakshanam proktam pumso varna bhivyanjanam yad anyatrapi drashyeta tat tenaiva vinirdeshet. If one shows the symptom of being a brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya or shudra, as described above, even if he has appeared in a different class, he should be accepted according to those symptoms of classification. So again it is explaining like this in the Srimad Bhagavatam and in other itihasas. So the list goes on in the Vedic literatures, giving many places that it is based on the quality of a human being. I remember when I was going to school, I'm going to school those days when all not these convents and where teachers cannot punish the children and all these rules were not there. So we were all punished severely by our teachers in the schools. And that time, and our mathematics teacher used to say every Monday we are supposed to come and tell the tables. 2 twos are, 12 twos are, 12 ones are. Every Monday it is fixed. This Monday is 12 series, next Monday is 13 series, 14 series, then 1 to 20 and 20 to 1. Like this, our mathematics teacher was very strict. And he would tell every Monday, means morning mathematics class, everybody should know, they should tell the tables. And all our friends, everybody would get their intense bhakti on Monday morning. They worship, they put some tilak before coming. They figured out there are some plants that leaf if they keep in their ears, that they don't get beating from the teacher. Somewhere the leaves in their ears and come. Some put tikka and come. Some apply oil to their feet and come, because they know what is going to happen today. And some are decided they're not going to tell the tables. While coming only they have decided this is what going to happen. And some of us very easily tell the tables and we come back. For us it's normal day. But there were friends, they were for them. Some of them, they get fever on Monday. All kinds of people. They would come fearingly. Mathematics teacher on that day is they pray to God, let the mathematics teacher get fever today. So then he comes and some are got ready. And teacher used to tell us, go out and bring a stick. You have to go. That person who is going to get beaten has to get the stick. And then the teacher would beat him. And he is prepared. He goes and stands there. Tell. He will not tell. He cannot tell. That is not his cup of coffee. It is not his nature. But he is the leader of our kabaddi team. He can do so many things in his life. But he cannot tell mathematics table. And we were all, when we go into kabaddi, he would catch us and throw us out of the court. But he can play kabaddi so well. Somebody is good at something. You see how our modern educational system has made everybody equal. Everybody should achieve the same. Somebody is good in some sport, somebody is good in studies, somebody is good in something. This is the class. Krishna is saying, Chatur Vardyam Maya Sishtam Gunakarma Vibhagashaha. Can you change this? No. So this is very important to understand. There is a class created by the Lord and we have to function as per that. Just like our body, leg is there for walking, belly is there for digesting food, arms are there to help us to earn our livelihood, head is there to think and give ideas. Can the leg say one day, I'm enough, I walked, now hand you walk? And you see in the street somebody walking on the hands because the legs are protesting, we can no more walk. We don't see such things happening, isn't it? So the very scientifically, God has created the society. Everybody by functioning appropriately as per the law, they make advancement. Shudra become advanced, he can also go back to Godhead. Krishna says in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, E Vaishya Tata Shudra Param Gatim. They can also get highest perfection by performing their way of service. And that is how Bhagavatam explains, and actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this. And among the Brahmana, there is even more, one more thing called Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are considered by scriptures even more elevated, because to go back to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, what one should become is Vaishnava, not Brahmana. Vaishnava is also a Brahmana, but Brahmana not necessarily a Vaishnava. So one has to become devotee of the Lord. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Shudra Kena Naya Ye Krishna Tattva Veta Se Guru Haya. He said, whether one is a Brahmana, a Sannyasi, a Shudra, regardless of what he is, he can become spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. Now you see the three levels of understanding. One, what is the qualification of the different Brahmanas, qualification, Kshatriya? That is one kind of understanding. Second is how Vedic culture been from so many centuries and millenniums, that there are many examples that somebody is becoming Brahmana to Kshatriya, Kshatriya to Brahmana, all these kind of examples. The third is that in the present situation in Kali Yuga, Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, in Kali Yuga, everybody is Shudra. Because if the samskaras are not done, he is a Shudra. What is the use of taking birth in Brahmana family when father and mother is also looking for earning money, not following these principles? So there is no Brahmanical quality in parents. And there is no samskara given to children. Then the children also working hard, so they go in, the goal of the child, the Brahmana family child, is to get good marks and get into IIT and then go to America and stay there and earn money. In America, what is this so-called Brahmana doing? He is going, having weekend parties, drinking. And where is Brahmana? And when he comes back, he says, I am Brahmana. So this is why it is at Kali Yuga, Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha. Hence, Kali Yuga, the Dharma is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given what has to be followed in Kali Yuga. For this purpose, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as an incarnation to establish this. He said, it does not matter, Brahmana, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Kiba Shudra, because he knows all these classes have no meaning. Okay, even if it has a meaning, but if knows Krishna Tattva, one who knows Krishna, who is Krishna, he can become Guru, the greatest of Vaishnavas. So this is the summary of the Vedic understanding on the caste system. So what should be our goal? Whatever position we are in, the Kali Yuga, we should not discriminate based on birth and based on any other things. It's only the quality required to become devotee of Krishna. On other side, Srila Prabhupada went to America, and we see how the people who were addicted to all the bad habits, given up everything, they get up early in the morning in Brahma Muhurta, they take bath, wear fresh clothes, dhoti kurta, no more pant shirt, dhoti kurta, wear tilak, shave their head, wear kantimala, they do chanting, they worship the deities, whole life they do this. They completely transform themselves, change themselves. On the other side, they say, I am a Brahmana. I remember one time, I was visiting a temple in Kerala. There they don't allow non-Hindu inside the temple. So there were big queue, people who are going. There was one devotee in the saffron dress, shaved head, tilak, but white skin, body born in America. He was chanting, he is very senior, he appears to be very very ardent devotee of Krishna, he was not allowed inside. On the other side, so many so-called Hindus who eat even cows, they can go inside and have darshan of Krishna. Krishna is Go Brahmana Itaya cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya. Go Brahmana Itaya cha. And who is going to see him? And here is, you see the look at the uh, uh, discrepancies and what is happening in today's society. So, the Krishna consciousness movement is the utmost requirement. This ISKCON Krishna consciousness Hare Krishna movement is a need of the hour to reform Sanatana Dharma. If this is not reformed in the core values, like what Hare Krishna movement is doing, we cannot help the Sanatana Dharma. This is the only way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's way of approach to bring back the life, and so that everybody get chance to go back to Krishna. So hence, we should all be very interested to preach the message of Krishna consciousness, assist Guru and spreading Lord Chaitanya's mission. So with this, we will stop. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.